Okay, so on page 5, we have 2 more factor by grouping problems to complete. So I will go through those right now. Remember, when it comes to factoring, we always need to check for a greatest common factor first. And as I look for this first problem, I have a coefficient of 1, 4, 6, and 24. So the smallest one is a 1, and yes, they're all divisible by 1, but that is not going to be helpful. And as I look, I don't have any other x's in every term. So there is no greatest common factor. However, I do have 4 terms, so we're going to factor by grouping. So I'm going to group together the first 2, and I want to group together my last 2. I see I have this minus sign here. I don't want it to look like I'm multiplying, so I'm going to change this minus sign to a plus a negative, which keeps the negative with that 6. All right, so then I will group these together. So looking at the first set, within the first set of parentheses, I have coefficient of 1 and 4. The smallest one is 1. So I could divide by 1. Wouldn't have to, but you can. And looking at the variables, I have x to the second, and this would be an x to the first. I can take 1, the smallest exponent, from both of them, and that would be an x to the first, or just x, and x to the first here, or just x. So this is my greatest common factor, which is 1x. And when I divide out, 1 divided by 1 gives me a 1. X to the second divided by x is x to the first, or just x, plus 4 divided by 1 gives me 4. And x divided by x, that simplifies out just to give 1. 4 times 1 stays at 4. Plus, I want to factor out a negative. I see that because my binomial starts with a negative. Okay, so I have negative 6, and I have a 6 and a 24. 6 is the smaller, and yes, 6 does divide evenly into 24. So I can divide both. I have to factor out a negative, so this is going to be a negative 6 and a negative 6. There's no x that is common to both, so I factor out the negative 6 here. And when I divide, negative 6 divided by negative 6, that cancels out. I'm left with x. I have negative 24 divided by negative 6 gives me the plus 4. And I see that I have 2 of the same factors there. That becomes my greatest common factor, which I will bring out front. Common to both. And what I have left, I put in the second set, which is 1x, or just x, plus a negative 6, or in this case, I can just put minus 6. That is the factorization. Again, if I wanted to check just to see if my answer was right, you could use the box method or double distributive and say x times this gives me the x squared. I have x times this, which gives me negative 6x, which is there. And then underneath, 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times negative 6 gives me the negative 24. So I know my factorization is correct. Going down to the second problem. Again, we need to factor. Always check first, greatest common factor. So I see a 2, a -4, this is a 1, and a -2. The smallest is 1. Alone on its own, I can't use that as the greatest common factor. If you divide by 1, you would get the same exact polynomial. And I do not have a b value in every term. The last term has no b. So I will factor by grouping, group together the first two and the last two. So as I look, 2b squared minus 4b, I can divide both of those by my smallest coefficient, which is 2. And I can take out a b. I have b to the second and b to the first. The most I can take out is a b to the first. When this is my greatest common factor, I pull that out front. And dividing, I get 2 divided by 2, which is 1. B squared divided by b gives me a b to the first, or b, minus 4 divided by 2 is 2, and b divided by b simplifies to multiply by 1. All right, as I look, I see my only term left for the second set of parentheses is this b minus 2. They have nothing in common except for being able to be divided by 1. So here I can put plus 1 as my factor because 1 times anything gives you that same amount. As I divide by 1, I'm left with b minus 2. And so here are my new greatest common factors. I bring that greatest common factor out in front. And what I have left in the second set of parentheses is the 2b plus 1. And again, this is your factorization of the 4-term polynomial above. Okay, so now I need you to work and complete homework number 1. It is due tomorrow. And if you get it done and feel pretty confident about it, you can turn that in today. If you have some questions, hang on to it, and I will answer questions tomorrow. Finally, you can work on the weekly Canvas activities. The one for the week of 11/3 will be gone after this Friday, so please make sure you do this one first, and you also can do the one for 11/10. All right, that's all I have for today. Hopefully I will be back tomorrow. Thanks for your attention, and be good for the sub. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.